It's the first 20 seconds. Once you hit the dude, he's stunned. And once he's stunned, some people think it's an amateur fighting style. Rope a dope. Get on the ropes. He's tiring himself out. Like, you're pretending to be knocked out. Like, you're just thinking while you're on the ropes. Of course, fear, 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 fear. Um, Fear is such a motivator, and it can be your undoing. And then the fighter that you're going against, if he's experienced, he's already gonna know all these things. So I mean, fighting my way up, amateur style. I remember God told me he let me know. He was like, you were fighting amateurs. Like you're gonna really fight, and it's gonna be the fight of your life. It's gonna be you're not even ready for it. You need to be more sophisticated. He told me that. He was like, learn these things about the world, and then when someone meets you, and then everything you know, how you carry yourself, it's they're gonna be able to tell, if you're on this level. And then I think when I first met Mary, she was on that level. Like she obviously came from some type of the way she carried herself was she was better than everybody, but she found interest in me first of all, and I was more hood. That's all I can say. So I mean, I could spot things that she couldn't spot. I could tell if the dude's about to swing, if he's positioning his feet a certain way while I'm having a conversation. And I'll start moving. And I think that's the biggest thing that she didn't understand. You're talking to a dude. Usually, a street dude that meets another street dude, there's certain tactics that you can only learn in the hood. Like, if he's shaking your hand with the left, he might be moving his right hand. A slide. Fuck, a slide. If he's gonna slide, then you have to be able to catch that. If you keep moving, he doesn't know like where you're gonna come from on that. So I mean, a handshake is a handshake if he shakes your hand, and then a fist bump, it means I don't trust you. In the streets, that's a form of disrespect if you fist bump somebody. Okay, so you might be on the other side. I thought we were having a conversation. Um, Pull somebody in, and then you're giving them a hug. It's Mary was watching all these meetings happen between me and the devil, and I would just give him a hug, whether they wanted it or not. What I'm actually doing is putting my spirit in them just by touch. And then from there, they calm down. It's like the Gadarenes type of thing. Mary was watching all this and she wasn't understanding how meetings went and everything like that. But it's I think the first time I got hit, I remember I went up all cocky and I was just fucking with this dude. I picked him out at the bus stop, and I was gonna pick a fight with him. And as soon as he started talking, I was just like, "Come here." And he's like, I read the entire Bible. And he's right in front of his people. And I remember he rocked me while I was getting on the bus. I was getting on the bus to get to Katrina. And I told her, meet me at McDonald's. I was pissed off because I got there and I got rocked. So I was automatically just on her. Like, why was your timing like so slow on this? Because I just got punched in the face and I don't even know how I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna have a beer and then I'm gonna deal with it, but I'm probably stabbing him in the throat through somebody else. I don't know. But so I remember being pissed off and I got on the bus and I got her on the bus and I was sitting next to her. She was on meth at the time. And I was like, you see these bags? They look like skulls. This is what you don't do. Like, what are you doing, right? You're already on probation. Uh, you already did time in prison, and I respect the fuck out of that. But it's who was holding you down, and now what are you doing? You have a probation officer, and one of the biggest things when I went to jail, God told me, worship, and I was drinking a bottle of vodka. I get a knock at the door. It's an SO, and he gets in. He looks at me. He's like, "You're caught." Like, I was like, "Maybe so, but I'm going to jail drunk then." So I grabbed the bottle of vodka. Sheriff's rushing. I go in. I go in. It took me 82 days to get right back in front of her. And she's going to her probation officer, and I'm sitting there. And she looks at me, and we recognize each other, and she's just, so how'd that go? Like, everything's fine? Or, like, no, I have to go to the Haven. I'm going to be in this place, and if you could help me out with that, yeah. I have to go there, and then they're gonna let me out. I'm in a halfway house. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't see how a psychiatrist is gonna help with this. Um, and I had to keep going to see him. I think it was like over and over again. God would send me out to go see him again. He was doing bad. He was doing bad. He was like falling to the ground each time. And he was in a position where he was crying. He was at uh, level 3 yard prison, dude, and he was crying. And I was sitting there. I was about to rock him. I honestly, when he started crying, and that's where I fucked up. You know, um, I should have rocked him. I should have put him down right there, but I didn't. Um, I admit that. Like I should have just put his lights out right there. I should have. His name was Gordo, and we were off what was it, 22nd and Alvernon at that time, which is hood. It's the probably the part of Tucson that it's wild. You don't want to be in. But I was coming from LA, and uh, most of it, Echo Park and all that, um, Glendale, and the spots I was in, Wilmington. I always told people, like, if you really want the real hood, it's Wilmington. And to be in a position in this city, it's just kids. They had their first shooting. What was it? 4 months ago. Yeah, at the mall. Like that's daily. So I mean, house parties I'd go to, bullets would go through the windows and just hit the ground. Like Luther is upset, so he's flipping switches because Jennifer's in the house party and he's firing shots. Just um, I think she never really met a real hood dude. I mean, Portland's hood. I'm not gonna say Portland's not hood. Um, the dudes that she was really acclimated to, like they probably she's gullible. Like she'll believe anything you tell her until she starts picking it apart. And when she started picking me apart, and I was just like, you're not getting it from the heavenly perspective. You think I'm nothing. You think I'm a piece of trash. And no, it's like I could do all of these things. My every move is a calculated step. I'm doing something the way I'm doing it for a reason because I'm smart. And then trying to explain this to other people, your life is going to fall apart because it's not built on the rock. It's just, my honesty, a lot of times people, I go directly at you. And then when you're stunned, then I can just take my time with you and just be like, all right, you're stunned. An experienced fighter, I'll notice an experienced fighter. The last one I met, an experienced fighter, Gordo. It's been years. Most of it, it's just um, somebody on some type of drug or worrying about money. It hasn't been. I'm fighting for my sheep. I'm fighting to keep them away from my sheep, and that's the thing about New Jerusalem. I would run them out, and I've been doing that. No, you don't belong here. You can't be here. Her confusion back and forth, not knowing what was going on. I think that's the biggest thing. Uh, the marital problems started there. Her trust, her trust wasn't in me, and that you're gonna have marital issues when there's no trust, and that's the root. That's now that I look back at it, what she wasn't communicating, probably laying down next to me, and what I did the night before, or she probably was like, "Who is this dude?" You know, she didn't understand what she was getting herself into. That was the hugest thing. Like it, I'll give her validation. I don't know how to sit down and talk to her and just be like, "You got this all wrong." Like if I can give it to you through my eyes, you'll you'll be able to see. Just that's what. Yeah. Oh, okay.